Jay Thomas Morning Blend. We're going to be talking about a couple of movies today. One we are not going to be able to talk about, and that's Five Nights at Freddy's, but that's okay. It looks like he has a post up already. We're going to talk about Merrily We Go Along and Hamnet. Go ahead and take it away with Merrily.
So Merrily We Roll Along is basically a direct adaptation of the current stage production that's going on Broadway right now. So it's a revival of Stephen Sondheim's, famous dud, if you will. When it first came out, it was basically torn apart. And then the revival happened a few years back with Daniel Radcliffe, Jonathan Groff, and Lindsay Mendez. And it just became an acclaimed phenomenon. Not quite at the heights of what we saw with Hamilton, but of course, when Broadway has a major hit, throws ripples throughout the entertainment industry. So initially, the film rights went to, they're making a movie that's going to take 20 years to film. So I think that everyone realized they wanted to get something out in front of the audiences a little sooner than that. But so this is why we get a direct filming of the stage adaptation. And it's really neat because you get these in-depth and really focused and close-ups on this main cast that are truly, they're excellent in their roles, and it's really cool to see it on the screen. And it's a fun musical, it's witty, it's charming, and it shows the friendship through show business, and it takes place over the course of about 20 years or so. So you really see, well, they don't see them age, you see their characters age. So it's a lot of fun. If you're at all interested in the stage production, I do recommend this because now you don't have to go to New York City to see it.
Ah, there you go. All right. So it's Merrily Alone. Up next, Hamnet. William Shakespeare and his wife Agnes celebrate the birth of their son, Hamnet. However, when tragedy strikes and Hamnet dies at a young age, it inspires Shakespeare to write his timeless masterpiece, Hamlet. And speaking of timeless masterpiece, this movie is a timeless masterpiece. I mean, it was great. Jesse Buckley, Paul Mescal, Paul played it perfectly. I have to admit to Tony and to the audience, I didn't know we were talking about Shakespeare until they said his name, William Shakespeare, almost towards the end of the movie. But that was great. I enjoyed it because it was really good. The cinematography was very great. The acting was just, I mean, exceptional. Tony, yes, I'm high on this movie. I got to be high on this movie because it got me high. It brought me in. It told the story. It was great. What did you think?
It's a beautiful film, but it's absolutely devastating. One of the saddest and most moving of the year. It's really hurts that it's such a strong and well produced and made film by Chloe Zhao because it's a very difficult watch. Whether you have kids or not, this one's going to affect you. You're going to feel the emotional hit. There's a scene where Jessie Buckley, basically, it's going to play all throughout award season while she's collecting statue and award after award because she's truly just transcended and animalistic and that devastating performance. Paul's great as well, but the one we're not talking about yet, Jacoby Jupe. We know his brother Noah from a few films, but Jacoby, as a child actor here, delivers work beyond his years that will truly just rip a hole in your soul.
He did rip a hole in me, and you did warn me to make sure I had my box of Kleenex next to me and watching this movie, and I did, and it was well needed. I'm gonna give it 4.5, maybe even 5 out of 5.
I agree with 4.5 out of 5. I think the only detractor in this film is the pacing at times, because you got to think about the time period where we're at. There's not a lot happening in certain aspects, but it is one of the most beautiful films of the year without question.
Without question. That's it, folks. Have a great weekend. Go to the movies. Enjoy yourself. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving.